Hi guys, Mike Ryan here. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the second most important question you should be asking yourself as a hitter. So we already talked about the number one question is, did I hit the ball hard? Tracking percentage of hard hit balls. But the second question is, did the ball have good flight? And if the ball has good flight, then we're increasing the chances of getting a hit as well. So we already talked about hitting the ball harder. Now, what does this mean? Because the big term that we hear out there is called launch angle. And there's people who are against launch angle training, and there's people who are for launch angle training. So the first thing I want to tell you is, number one, is every ball hit has a launch angle. So let's talk about launch angle is a term to describe how the ball comes off the bat. Some balls will go down, some balls will go up. So every ball has a launch angle. The key is, what is this launch angle thing? Is it what is good and what is not so good? So let me start with this. We have broken down, this chart behind me is every single ball that Bryce Harper hit during the 2015 season. Now, you can look up different charts for different big leaguers on this, and it's pretty much telling you the same story. Everybody out there would agree a ball hit straight down or a ball hit straight up is definitely not good ball flight. That's not debatable. But people misunderstand launch angle, and this is what I want to clarify with you. So what we did here is we took every ball hit on this chart, and what I did a few years back is I created what I call a zone chart. And I was trying to find a way to simplify what ball flight, good ball flight and bad ball flight looks like for our students. So for example, this yellow line right here represents a line drive that would be hit just over the infielders' heads. And that low line drive territory, every one of these balls is hitting the outfield grass. It's just the idea that the line drives over the infielders' heads. This is what we now refer to as zone one. So when you hear me refer to a zone one ball, that's a line drive hit over the infielders' heads, relatively a lower line drive. Second zone is what we call zone two. This I would put in a category of a high line drive. Technically put, this is somewhere between, say, a 20 and a 30 or a 20 and 35 degree launch angle. Down here, we're looking at something closer between a 10 and 20 degree launch angle. But here's the interesting thing that you need to know. In a course of a Major League Baseball season in the stats, and this is Bryce Harper's exact stats, every single ball he hit and play in 2015, every ball that he put in play in zone number one, he batted .744. His batting average was .744. I'll repeat that, when he hit a line drive over the infielders' heads, when he hit that low line drive. When he hit a high line drive into what we call zone two, he batted .738 and he belted 37 home runs. Gentlemen, if we look across and we look at all the charts for all the big league hitters, you're going to find this. The majority of hits in Major League Baseball happen in these two zones, zone one and zone two. If we grasp that concept, we now know our mission is clear. The two things we need to do as a hitter is master hitting the ball hard, control what you can control, like we said. Hit the ball hard, and that's the number one question. And number two, now when somebody asks you, did that ball have good flight? The really answer is, was that ball, or the question is, was that ball hit into zone one or was that ball hit into zone two? Because if it wasn't hit into these two zones, any other zone in our world we consider not having good flight.